Avena case, Mexico versus USA. Summary of the facts. On 9th January 2013, Mexico filed a lawsuit at the ICJ against the USA. Mexico accused the USA of breaching international law, especially the VCDR, by arresting, detaining, trying, convicting, and sentencing 54 Mexican nationals to death row, without granting them consular rights. Mexico demanded that the US should restore the status quo that existed before the breach. Additionally, Mexico requested provisional measures in order to protect the right of Mexican nationals, mainly the halt of all executions concerning this breach. The US admitted fault in certain cases, but in most cases referred to Lagrand case, saying that the US reviewed those cases but still decided to carry out the executions. The US claimed that ordering a stop to all executions concerning Mexicans would instill a legal prohibition of carrying out the death row penalty in the US, attack on sovereignty. 3 Mexicans had special attention since their execution was due in a few weeks. ICJ ruled that the executions must be stopped until final judgment is reached. Both parties had to prove that the individuals had their nationality. 45 out of 54 were Mexican nationals.
Legal grounds. Mexican claims against the USA. The USA violated Articles 5 and 36 of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. The USA applied the procedural default and other municipal law doctrines. The USA has the obligation to carry out, in conformity with the foregoing international legal obligations, any future criminal proceedings against the 52 Mexican nationals. The right to consular notification, which was violated, is a human right. Mexico is entitled to restitution in integrum, including the re-establishment of the situation existing before, the withdrawal of the convictions and the sentences against the 52 Mexican nationals, the establishment of a meaningful remedy, and the guarantee of the non-repetition of the illegal acts. The legal bases are the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations of 1963 and the optional protocol attached to the convention. The USA objections to the admissibility of the Mexican claims are that the ICJ does not have the jurisdiction of a court of criminal appeal, that there had been no exhaustion of local remedies, that some of the Mexican nationals also had the American nationality, therefore Article 36 does not apply, that there was a considerable delay in bringing the breach of the convention to the attention of the United States, that Mexico does not follow the standards it is invoking against the United States, but the court rejected all the objections.
We're going to see the legal provisions applicable to the case and explain the reasoning of the court. So the International Court of Justice used the Article 36 of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. The first issue is about the nationality of the arrested persons. Mexico provided the proof of the Mexican nationality of 52 arrested persons. The USA did not prove any United States nationality. The paragraph 1, letter B, is about the informational consular post if a national is arrested without delay. The communication of the arrested to the consular must be without delay. And third point is that the information of the arrested of those rights must be without delay. Without delay means that the information must be find out about the when sending the state, find out that the arrested has foreign nationality according to customary rule. Information of consular about the arrest of 51 Mexicans was with delay. Paragraph 1 and C, letter A and C, is about free communication between the arrested persons and the consular post. The consular post must be also free to visit the arrested persons and must be free to arrange legal representation of the arrested persons. There was no communication permitted by the United States for 49 Mexican arrested persons and no legal representation permitted of 34 Mexican arrested persons. Finally, paragraph 2 is about the procedural default rule, conformity with the laws and regulations of the receiving state must be with the national law of receiving state. The review and reconsideration of conviction and sentence was not carried out for 3 Mexican arrested persons. The judicial re-examination was open for 49 Mexicans.
Finally, the conclusions by the International Court of Justice. By 14 votes to 1, the International Court of Justice decided that the US violated Article 36 of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations for the detention of 51 Mexican citizens. 14 votes to 1, the US breached Article 36, Paragraph 1, Section B, since they did not notify Mexico the detention of 49 of these Mexican citizens without allowing consular assistance. By 40 votes to 1, the US breached Article 36, Paragraph 1, Sections A and C, since they did not allow Mexico to communicate with 49 of their citizens. By 14 votes to 1, the US violated Article 36, Paragraph 1, Section C, since 34 Mexican citizens could not get appropriate representation. By 14 votes to 1, the US did not review or reconsider the convictions of Mr. Cesar Roberto Fierro Reina, Mr. Roberto Moreno Ramos, and Mr. Osvaldo Torres Aguilera, violating obligations from Article 36, Paragraph 2. 14 votes to 1, they violated obligations under Article 36 and Paragraphs 138 and 141 of the International Court of Justice judgment, therefore had to review the convictions. Anonymously, they also took note on the promise of the US on the non-repetition of these actions. And the last unanimous decision was on the reconsideration of the convictions made by the US on some of the Mexican nationals. The last part is the relation of this case with the diplomatic law. The US violated obligations under Article 36 of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. They did not allow some Mexican citizens to contact with their consular post. Therefore, they had no assistance and they didn't have any source of communication from the Mexican state with their citizens. This will also apply for other foreigners which see themselves in the same situation in the US.
Thank you for your attention.